Because I don't think that it's happening because it's, you know, because there's a bunch of people commenting and covering. Is this even watchable? This looks kind of interesting though.
10 kilometers north of Kharkiv city center, the Ukrainian army tries to push back Russian forces. The Ukrainians hold their positions for now, but the fighting is intense, according to the commander. Moments of respite are short-lived. Gunfire rings out.
Okay, go.
And our team leaves the area.
Jesus, the press, man.
Back in the center of Kharkiv, loud cracks are heard in the streets. And residents run for cover.
Man.
Earlier on Friday, an unexploded missile hit right in the middle of this pedestrian crossing. This was the scene before bomb disposal experts cleared the projectile. Locals were in disbelief.
Вот видите ее? Вот тут оно вот так вот торчало, метра два высоты.
In this residential neighborhood, another missile struck and this time exploded. No one was killed and some suffered minor injuries. Families were sleeping at the time of impact.
Да, вот здесь спала моя дочка, и получилось, что шторка ее спасла. То есть стекла посыпались, шторка была вот так задернута, и стекла посыпались на шторку. То есть как бы ей на голову не упало.
The 8-year-old girl shows photographs of the debris on her father's phone and tells of how they fled underground.
Да, очень много, особенно в конце. Некоторые сидели просто впереди ступеньки. Мы там остались, потому что там миленькая была собачка. Очень ласковая.
Residents have been sheltering in metro stations at night, some sleeping in the parked trains
Smart with the helmets.
Others
actually smart dad though. 5-head. I was wearing helmets and shit.
Baby, enjoy Elden Ring. Love you and have a great month.
Some sleeping in the parked trains.
Probably get them goggles also.
Others have taken cover in
for debris, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Maybe a missile's gonna hit the top, and there's gonna be some rubble that's gonna fall when they're sleeping and not looking, and you're gonna get a rock on your head. Protect the head, protect the eyes. Boom.
Basement car parks only
especially for babies, because even guys, when you're young, your brain is like 4 pizzas, right? And the 4 pizzas are here, right? Like this, and the pizzas are trying to become a pizza, right? Think about it, right? The skull is like a 4 pizzas, but they want to become a full pizza, and it takes a lot of years for it to fuse into a full pizza. But otherwise, you have a soft spot in the middle. It's direct brain, dude.
Surfacing during a lull in fighting.
I'm not kidding. I'm not even fucking around, dude. I'm moving
just on the northeast edge of Kharkiv. There's a lot of artillery coming in, not quite near us. This is a spot where the Russians tried to break through on the ring road yesterday. They were ambushed by the Ukrainians. Commanders asked us not to hang out on the crossroads for obvious reasons.
Right, is this one TOS? Is the TOS in this one?
The situation is this. As far as we understand, the Russians have stopped on the northern side of the city. They don't seem to be doing much for now, but they're lobbing shells in towards the Ukrainians and into the northern suburbs. Our suspicion is they're going to try and decapitate Kiev so they don't have to fight here.
Алло. Алло.
What? They don't show anything here, right?
По мне, по мне. Ну, не знаю, куда танки пошли грады, работают по мне. Работают по мне.
Jesus.
А? Еще раз. And love, and love. Алло. Они должны бить, пока не подадут там.
Resident to hide in shelters in the basements. What a fucking disaster, dude. In modern fucking civilization, dude. on civilians and fucking and like developed places. What if an absolute fucking what if tragedy? What the fuck is going on, man? What is this, anti-air? Holy.
The stuff happening in Ukraine is disgusting, killing innocent kids Russian soldiers might never even see. No one wins in war.
Well, especially in our current climate of fucking developed human society, you would expect this like to not happen because of many factors. What the fuck? Yeah, people said, dude, this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen, and then people were clowning on him for saying that. But really, can you really blame him for saying this wouldn't happen? This is like some fucking psycho, like fucking, what the fuck is happening type of shit, man. Jesus, man. Holy. Oh, that's a complete disaster. Okay, what is that?
Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Can't tell if this is gonna be bad or good, to be honest. Okay, holy shit, what the? This guy says, you think of modern wars, you think of armies fighting armies, not inviting civilians. Yeah, I mean, not only armies fighting armies, but you would think like more like Cold War stuff, you know? Like, oh, we're allied with this guy, we have this alliance, we have this. Okay, well, if you do this, we'll do that. And you would think that like actual wars wouldn't happen. You would think. You know what I mean? You would think, right? Yeah, this shit still happens.
In southern Ukraine, airstrikes hitting large cities, and thousands of people attempting to flee the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. Footage from Ukraine shows scenes of war after President Putin announced a military operation in the country.
Everyone here is shocked. Everyone here knew that this might be coming for months. It was predicted and discussed. And now that it's here, it's very hard to fathom. And people here, a lot of them have fled, but a lot remain.
Like 150 to
Ukrainian
200
officials said
miles
strikes
from the
targeted
actual
military
war.
installations,
There are planes and jets
airfields,
from
and
different countries flying all day. Kiev is under heavy bombing right now. What a disaster. I feel terrible and can't sleep because of that.
Government facilities across the country. Air raid sirens blared in Kiev after President Putin's statement was broadcast.
Link, this is a very good and informative video made by Real Life Law. It explains everything very well.
After President Putin's statement was broadcast.
A statement. A special operation.
Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима.
In the early hours of February 24th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared martial law and called for global assistance.
Wait, how does this protect anybody by... Guys, I don't know anything about the climate, okay, or the intricacies of the politics behind it, okay, but the protection by sending bombs on civilians, I don't know about this, man. It seems like some... Does anybody even buy this?
In the early hours of February 24th,
does anybody even buy this?
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared martial law and called for global assistance.
Вже закликав світових лідерів задіяти всі можливі санкції проти Путіна, розпочати масштабну оборонну підтримку, закрити для агресора повітряний простір над Україною. Спільно ми маємо врятувати Україну, врятувати демократичний світ.
President Biden called the move unjustified, pledging new actions against Russia. The EU said it would hit Moscow's financial sector, freezing assets and banning the export of technology to the country.
We will weaken Russia's economic base and its capacity to modernize.
The United Nations condemned Russia's moves during a meeting of the Security Council late.
Is that enough though?
This is the saddest moment.
Zelensky and Ukrainians have balls of steel and are gadgets.
I know nothing about this chat, but technically aren't like diplomatic sanctions or whatever the fuck, like they or alliance that you break are easy to like rebuild or something. Like aren't these things like easily kind of reversible? It's kind of like, oh dude, oh we're not gonna do that anymore, dude. And it's like, okay, later on it's like, okay, well, you know, don't think so? Because I feel like, I don't know.
Channer, the Secretary General of the United Nations. President Putin, in the name of humanity, bring your troops back to Russia.
President Vladimir Putin of Russia said his goal is to hold Ukraine's leaders to account and put them on trial for the last 8 years of events in Donbass. We don't know the end game as yet, but as troops enter from various directions and as airstrikes continue all over the country, it does seem possible that
shocking in modern society.
Yeah, no. I've already acknowledged that like this sort of things happen in other countries and whatnot, but this is a little bit different though. I think you can.
That
in
Russia's
nature,
goal
is
to make its way to Kiev, the capital, in order to take over Ukraine.
Disaster. Okay.
Snake Island, absolute legends. Rest in peace.
What is Crux? What the fuck is that?
To get the best explanation why Russia invaded, watch news videos
This
in real
chat,
life
dude.
on YouTube.
This chat, dude. Dude, yes, like.
xQc, please be careful. There are more than a few videos out there with stirred content. Most notably, at least one which shows people literally carbonized by airstrikes. Be careful, and if you need to, have someone pre-watch your skim.
You guys believe it that the heroic MiG-29 pilot took down serious military planes in air combat?
Watch this in this video. There is a lot of information about everything that is happening in Ukraine. Link. Can't for Elden Ring RP server, that's the only way I can fix my erectile
You hit a chill? I mean, yeah, we can chill while we're watching this one, man. Dude, I'm exploring and I'm trying to get in touch with a fucking modern media as I'm waking up and trying to get the stream started. Am I not allowed? I'm drinking coffee and watching fucking world news. Can I not do that? Chat, couldn't other countries technically help and put like fucking like anti-air fucking like blasters on the ground or whatnot? So whenever there's airplanes coming through, they go and they vaporize everything, dude. Oh, cause I mean, yeah, because it's over civilized bullshit. Yeah, it's a fucking disaster, man. That would start World War III. Well, guys. If you send planes to fucking land the shells on fucking civilized territory, how is that not World War III? But if you put a fucking machine that stops it from happening, now it's World War III. How that's so hypocritical.
Happy 29 months, my doggy. Here's to many more.
Probably NATO.
Both governments are corrupt. It's unfortunate innocent lives are spared, but this conflict has been growing for years. Strange people only care till it's too late. Love you man, xQcOW.
When NATO come to help, Putin will nuke. Jesus. Okay. Okay, boys. What do you guys? Guys, is this a good source of news, chat? This the I7. Holy fuck, dude!
The country and major cities.
Countries are also responding tonight. Germany sending 1,000 anti-tank weapons and surface-to-air missiles into Ukraine. And the U.S. Secretary of State says an additional $350 million in military assistance has been authorized for the country.
Okay, yeah, this is a little bit more hardcore than
people are saying help Ukraine, but they are forgetting about China. They are allies of Russia.
BBC News.
Korea are allies of China. If Russia attack a NATO country, it really will be World War III.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting that you have to be part of some sort of fucking alliance that to okay, makes sense. Cool, man. Modern world, by the way.
Rush to Kyiv, a capital under attack. As we headed for the city this morning, there was little moving apart from Ukrainian.
Not our word. I just think it's stupid. Like, oh, like, yes, I just think it's dumb. Like, fuck.
Bonjour, Felix.
Like, you can do crazy shit against fucking civilians. Oh, as long as they're not part of some sort of alliance or like, what the fuck is that, man?
Troops. But the Russians are watching from the skies, ready
I don't know
to
that's how it is. I
strike,
just think I don't know.
They did here, just an
politics,
hour
but it's fucking
outside the
nonsense.
capital. Well, this is what we've come across on the road to Kyiv. This convoy was obviously travelling to the city to be part of the defence of Kyiv. This is an air defence missile system. It was hit yesterday. The smoke is still rising here.
Guys, whoa! What the fuck?
Flats near Kyiv's Jubilee airport. The authorities here say it was a Russian missile strike that killed 2 people. It could have been many more, but plenty of locals had fled or taken cover in shelters. Yuri Shevchuk, who lives nearby, says the West must help Ukraine.
This got deleted?
I
skipped it.
For your governments, that we are in need, urgently in need, as soon as possible, as much as possible. We are in need.
We will get a new call
anti-aircraft missiles. We are in need anti-tank missiles. We need ammunition.
Is there any message that you would wish to send to President Putin?
I wanted to say to President Putin that only one way for him, it's way to hell.
Well, this is what Kyiv woke up to this morning. All of this destruction is in a residential area in a European city. And there is a real sense here now that nowhere in the capital is safe. And so, much of Kyiv now looks like this.
I feel like Azan is not going to pick up the phone.
Watch this video link. It's very good and explains NATO, etc. 50,000 viewers. $150 per use 22 rifle.
Still standing, but bracing for impact.
$7.5 million when it's all said and done to equip your army.
Ukraine's embattled President Volodymyr Zelensky took to the deserted streets, shooting a selfie video to reassure his people. I am here, he said, and we will not lay down our arms. Far from it, we found Ukrainians taking up arms, forming volunteer brigades to defend the city alongside the local police.
Я не хочу жить, и многие мои побратимы не хотят жить в России.
This volunteer, who goes by the nickname Malloy, said, "I don't want to live in Russia, and my brothers in arms don't want that either. We will defend this city, or I will die." The volunteers are looking for Russian saboteurs, said to be already in the city. Nearby, we met Nino, out walking her dog and venting her fury. We demand an end to the war, she says. We can do it with sanctions. We must isolate the aggressor country. It terrorizes the whole world. With Russian forces at the gates, some are still fleeing the capital. For now, the city remains in Ukrainian hands, but the battle may be just beginning. Orla Guerin, BBC News, Kyiv.
Failed to capture any major checkpoints.
Well, this evening, in a major shift in
yeah, but doesn't that increase tension, though? Does that increase tension when there's like...
Chancellor
does, though.
Olaf Scholz says Germany will deliver weapons to Ukraine. These are set to include 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger surface-to-air missiles. The government in Berlin has also indicated it could now back plans to cut Russia off from the SWIFT international payment system. Our Europe editor, Katya Adler, joins us from Brussels. Katya, how significant are these announcements?
Oh, it is really...
No, guys, I understand, guys. From what I was told, okay, maybe I'm wrong, by Destiny, is that what you're saying? I'm trying to learn here, okay? I'm trying to learn, okay? Is that some are NATO, right? In the like alliance, whatever, and Ukraine is not. Ukraine is not, right? So other countries, they try to help by like providing some stuff, by like investing a little bit, right? But not too much. Otherwise, they're like actively helping, right? As a NATO ally or whatever. So they're like putting chips in, but they can't go too hard or whatever. Otherwise, Russia is gonna get ultra mauled, and now we have a fucking boom.
Really significant. I mean, we heard from the German Chancellor himself. He called this a watershed moment. You know, Germany traditionally, because of its role in the Second World War, has been very wary about getting involved in military conflict. But this aggression by Russia on Ukraine has put the German government under real pressure at home and also abroad from other Western allies. So Germany will not only be sending weapons directly to Ukraine itself, but it's also lifted some restrictions on German-made weapons owned by other countries, and so they can help Ukraine as well, like, for example, the Netherlands or the Baltic states, who have been waiting as well. And as you mentioned, I mean, Germany had been very opposed to rejecting Russia from SWIFT. That's that global financial transaction network. But today, the minister said they were working on a way of how they could remove Russia in a targeted way. That, of course, is a move that is supported by the UK, the US and other member states as well. I think what we're seeing here is, you know, Germany, the EU as a whole, it's not exactly famed for very...
What? Yeah, whenever I do transactions, I have a SWIFT code. I have to give him my SWIFT, man.
Quick decision making, but what we're seeing right now in Ukraine is changing all of that. The EU right now is working on its third sanction package in a week. Whichever country I call, prime ministers or the president in the case of France are talking all the time to other leaders in the EU, to the UK, to Joe Biden in the US as well. Tomorrow, EU foreign ministers meet and they'll talk about coordinating military action. And we're about to hear from the EU Commission Chief, Ursula von der Leyen.
Interesting. Okay.
Me and my family are in the shelter now.
Don't show
it.
We
moved in yesterday.
No, it's fine.
Don't support our president. He was a fucking comedian. He is the cause of this mess.
Guys,
Kiev already, lol.
It's fine.
Look at that. You see that? That's the kind of shit that's happening to them. It's not TOS? Yeah, I know. That's terrifying, isn't it? Look at that.
What the fuck? Wait, if he was just doing the exact same thing, but like 20 meters to the right, right? They would have been boom.
Because I literally thought the exact same thing that a lot of you guys did. I thought to myself, I don't want to listen to the screams of like a little kid, right?
Snake Island,
like, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, that's fucking cooked. That is actually fucking cooked.
There's no reason to do that. This is not a joke.
This fake from years ago.
Again, this isn't CNN.
This is what always happens, though, dude. This is what Disney was saying, guys. I had to back up Destiny, but guys, this is not what Disney was saying exactly. Oh, it's why you don't watch breaking news and new videos or whatever, and you wait till shit settles down, because sometimes there can be some like old thing or like fake thing. It's all getting mixed up in there, dude. And it's like nobody knows anymore.
You know, misrepresenting the ethnicity of a certain person in some police
Link,
conflict.
you must watch this. It shows the kind of military
that
Russia has in its locker. Link.
What is that?